Good evening, you guys, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay, decided to do a video tonight. I've had a really good day today. Uh, a lot of my Christmas stuff I ordered came in for my girls, you know, and I've been wrapping stuff. I took my tree out, so gonna put up a tree for my little grandbaby to put her good stuff up under. Anyways, you guys, I wanted to talk about the feds is taking down the music industry that has been plagued with murder and mayhem. Okay, as you all can see, we've been seeing quite a few people get arrested, right? A lot has been going on in the music industry, and it seems like I'll say probably 2001 and prior, right? It just seems like so much had been happening in the music industry. Um, I'll say maybe within the last 10 years or less, it had gotten extremely, extremely bad. And we have been seeing as soon as a rapper, started to go up, it seems like they was getting knocked down. As soon as they started going up, somebody was knocking them down, putting them on their back permanently, unfortunately. And so what we started to see was a lot of it has to do with jealousy. A lot of it has to do with, a lot of these young men are in gangs, right? Even when they got into the industry to I believe some of it to try and to get away from that, to have a better a better life for themselves and their family. They had some of them had done a lot of dirt, unfortunately, and it just kind of followed them. For the other half, it was just jealousy, rival rappers who um, just wanted to knock another rapper down, because they was jealous of their success. But it seems like, it was hopeless. Okay. We were seeing rappers get knocked down. It seems like nothing was happening. There were always rumors when these rappers were beefing with each other, and then a rapper would, something would happen to a rapper. It was always rumors out in the street that the rival rapper or label that they had been beefing with more than likely paid for that to happen, or the rapper pay for something to happen to them, right? Or just flat out their people did something to them. And it was beginning to just seem hopeless, right? And it's unfortunate because a lot of that bad energy was put into the atmosphere, right? Um, when I started to really pay attention to it, it was in 2021 when that happened to Young Dolph. And it's so unfortunate that it happened to Young Dolph, but I think people attention have been stuck on what happened to Young Dolph, and that can be a blessing and a curse, right? The good thing about it is when the attention, the sensationalism of what has happened to Young Dolph has caused a lot of people that would not normally pay attention to start paying attention that's on the outside to what's going on. This is really real. These young men are losing their lives. These people are really perpetuating violence and destruction and genocide within their very own community. And we, as the people, we support them, right? And we're not doing anything about it. I mean, this stuff is real. It forced people to really, really pay attention with how he was just knocked down going into a cookie shop, and now everything is coming out about what had happened to him. Well, it just kind of seemed helpless. The only thing that I hate about it is that a lot of these young dudes that are already misguided, they felt like that was just the way to do it. You can knock somebody down, you could take somebody out of here and ain't nothing gonna happen. Yeah, you if I got a problem with you, me and my dudes, we're gonna come and spray up your grandma house and do it this way and do it that way. They started to feel like they were untouchable. Okay. The thing about the federal government is that they kind of lay back, okay? Um, and they see what's going on, right? Um, I was talking to somebody today, and I was talking about, the FBI. I'm sure the FBI get a whole lot of tips and things of that nature. People call in with tips. People call in or get on the site and send in tips, right? And I was like, I don't think it's no way possible that they could ever look at all of those situations. And somebody was telling me, yes, they do. They do. Depending on the tip, they all have divisions that handle that. They have to look at every single situation, and they have to look into every single situation. That's why they're able to decipher if a person is committing perjury, sending in false tips, or they start looking into it. They send it to a division. There are certain people that they have in divisions to handle every single thing, and there are different branches. Every state, every city, as a matter of fact, has a different branch of the FBI. If you're talking about, for instance, Tennessee, Memphis has an FBI branch, Nashville has an FBI branch. All of the bigger cities within a state has a FBI branch that you can go to, right? So, anyways, um, but one thing that we know about the FBI is that they'll sit back, okay, and they'll watch you, okay? They'll watch you. And the unfortunate thing is that when they sit back, the feds don't do anything until they got you. Okay, they don't do anything until they got you, and so they go quiet, they go underground, okay, and it makes people feel that they are untouchable, and nothing gonna happen, this and that. Just like with the Thugger situation, they said that they have been kind of watching them for 10 years, right? And so that's how it is. And like I said, the unfortunate thing is the young dudes that are misguided, it makes them think that we can do this and get away with it. Unfortunately, by the time the FBI has gathered everything, got their investigation all packaged and together, it's a lot of stuff that had happened, right? And so what we're seeing now is that it seems to me that the feds is taking down the music industry. Okay. Unfortunately, these rappers who could have been making a lot of money, a lot of them do make a lot of money. Okay. They didn't know how to handle it. They didn't know how to handle themselves. They felt like a lot of them felt like that the money that they was getting was to send fear and mayhem back to the very communities that helped to make them rich, right? And so now it seems to me that the feds, because they realized that a lot of these gang members that should have been trying to change their lifestyle and could have with the money that they make and their life totally, it's going to end right back up in the can, right? They're taking down a lot of these record labels because they understand, as we see it also, that these record labels are only signing dudes that are out there in the street that are beefing, right? That's so that they can get the insurance money when they're knocked out, okay? Or they can amp up the beef, okay? They amp up the beef between them and another rival. Um, rapper or whatever situation that they got going on, it brings a lot of money to their record label. Okay, it brings a lot of because these rappers really ain't getting but a portion. They're only getting a portion of what these labels are really getting off of them, especially if they're good, right? And so they amp up the beef so that they can and cause all of this mayhem just for a dollar, and then in the end somebody ends up losing their life, right? Somebody ends up losing their life. So like I said, it seems to me that the feds is taking down the labels, Definitely the labels. They understand if they can take down the labels, that's basically it for the rappers anyways, right? Because it's the labels that's really just spoon feeding them money. Okay. That's all they're doing. They're just spoon feeding them a portion of all of the money that they're making off of them. And I think it couldn't come soon enough. I would love to have seen these because, hey, I'm that type of person. I love to see people do well. And when I know that where these young men come from and, the conditions that they come out of, it makes me extremely happy to see them doing extremely well, right? Regardless of what label Glorilla is on, I love the fact that, Glorilla is doing well. And I genuinely want to see her do well. So you don't ever hear me talking bad about Glorilla because I understand that she came from the trenches, like so many other rappers, right? And so when they're trying to be on the straight and narrow path, I talk about them because I want to see them folks do good. I'd be happy to see them do good in life, right? But when you got these rappers that are out here and these labels, egg on beef, because they got all of these high insurance policies on these guys so that they can end up dead, okay? Or, if it's another label that's rising up like a Young Dolph, that's going to take off, that threatens them, they think that they can just pay somebody to take them out. I'm glad that the feds is finally shooting fire up under some of these Negroes' asses because they didn't know how to act. Okay. They didn't know how to act. They didn't know how to just get the money and live the good life and take care of their family and be happy. Okay. They was worried about what was on somebody else's plate. Okay. They was worried about what was on somebody else's plate. And if they couldn't stop them one way, they had decided that they was going to kill them. Okay. And so they gone all the way up to the very top. Puppy would be called, I guess, the upper echelon, okay, to let them know that anybody is touchable. Now they've gotten Dirk. I know a lot of people like Dirk, but I don't give a damn about them getting Dirk. Okay. You could talk about the good that people have done because they talk about the good Puffy has done, the good Dirk has done, but what good is there good after they've taken somebody's life? Somebody was saying Dirk had said something about, gave a shout out to or, FBG Duck or something like that. Well, if only he had felt that way before he was egging them dudes up and helping to put money on his head, right? Because he didn't really want to see anybody else be successful, especially in the FBG game to come up out of Chicago. Okay. If only he had felt that way about FBG Duck before he took help to play a part in taking him away from his family. So, when it's okay when when they decide they want to do a 360 and these people already know when the feds are on their asses. They know more than what you would know because at some point they start to pay them visits to let them know that they're going to be indicted and their lawyers start to know. So all it seems like that they're trying to um bring together peace and all of that when the truth of the matter is they're putting on a show because they already know what's get ready to happen when they should have felt that way before they started taking these folks out, right? So, hey, I'm happy. Sometimes things have to be torn down to be built back up. And hopefully if it don't just stop with Puffy. I hope they go all the way, but unfortunately, you have people in these back rooms, that's really got the money that make Puppy in them the face, they get Puppy in them to do the work. Because, well, how come they don't take them down? Well, I mean, they get other people to carry out their work. They get them to do it, right? So that's why oftentimes they don't get taken down because people like Puffy and them might be too scared. They got kids and stuff out there to ever say anything about who the because Puffy and them are just the faces. You're talking about the real elites, and it's not Jay Z and them, okay? Because Jay Z and them are just the faces of that they put out there to, I guess, promote their product to their culture. They give them millions of dollars and say, we'll make them think, that, we'll make you the face of it. We'll make people believe, give them the illusion that, that you're a billionaire, that you are the one, you know, um, that own this, but promote it because they understand they don't really care who is the face of it as long as they get the money. And that's what's been going on. And so sometimes things have to be torn down to be built back up right. If that's so, hey, then let it be. Because I would love to see a lot of these young African American men and women that are in this industry that are being cheated, that are being, money and stuff are being dangled in their faces like they did straight drop. If you only go and do this for us, we'll give you all the riches and all the glory. And they trick them out of their position, right? They trick them out of their position. They get put in jail. They lose their life in jail because they go do stupid stuff. Um, it's a lot of evilness going on in the industry. So if it has to be torn back up, hopefully with the energy of the consumers, which is us, we can ensure that it's built back up right. I would love to see these dudes that they go get out the projects get smart and get around some businessmen that could get them almost the same deal that a Master P got because they're the talent. It ain't nowhere in the world they're supposed to be spoon fed if they are the talent, okay, or sent to crash out just to get a dime, right, of a product that they are producing. And they're really the product, right? So it don't make me sad that it's happening. They say, well, they taking down black men. I don't give a damn. The black men that, when they had the position that they had, they wanted to take people out. They wanted to put hits on people. So I don't give a damn about black men like that has been destroying families and our communities and didn't do right. Okay. So hopefully this can be a lesson. Okay. Once the feds finish tearing everything down, hopefully it's a whole lot of people, sis, as they say, people, sis, paying close attention because I think at this point it's a whole lot of folks know that they are not exempt. A whole lot of people know at this point that they are not exempt, right? That them folks probably coming for everybody. Well, they coming for the black people. Well, it don't matter. Maybe now, if they come for the black people that has been producing and marketing poison to their very own people, it will make the next up and coming CEO not sell out. Maybe some of these black CEOs will get together and say, now we get ready to come up with a plan where we can distribute our stuff so that we won't be sending our young dudes out. We can do it how we want to do it without destroying our community. Okay. If the feds got to tear it down and all these Negroes that's been serving poison in any form to their community via putting hits out, via sending these young dudes out, messing their lives over, cheating these guys out of their money. You have a lot of African Americans that agreed to do this to their very own community, no pride at all. If somebody come to you and say, but see, everybody ain't like me. Listen, I want to make you the face of this, but I need you to go and go to the hoods and get some rappers and we need to amp this beef up. I'm gonna tell them go F your mammy hoe. That's my look. Don't make me look, y'all. Look, listen. I've been doing good today, y'all. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you something. Stuff like that makes me real mad that people don't have any pride in what people do. They'll take money to destroy their very own community. You have no other community like our community, okay? If you a black man can go to a damn Iranian man, okay, and say to him, "Listen, I'm rich. But listen, I want you to I want to corner the market on such and such, but it's another Iranian that's kind of cornering the market on that. I need to hire y'all to go take him out. He gonna go to his kitchen and get his fucking machete. Nigga, you think I tear up my community? We have pride in our community. He gonna chase you down and get his machete and start cutting at the back of your cuckabug neck. Okay? That's what he gonna do. That's what any other community will do. But we'll take a dime, okay? A dime and a piece of penny candy, okay? To sell out our community. We selling our communities out. They come and give you a steak. Ooh, I got a $400 steak. Okay, it's the same damn cheap ass bloody steak as any other steak. Cause I don't like steak. Okay, I don't like no nasty steak. But they give you bring you to a table. We draw crystal and a damn nasty ass bloody ass steak, and you ready to go and stand in the bushes to take down a mogul. Okay. That's what we're doing. And so I don't have no issues because sometimes things have to be torn down to be built back up right. And I hope it's a lot of people paying attention because the federal government ain't never left. The federal government been there for years and they're gonna be there when we all gone. Okay. So it ain't nothing gonna change. So what's gonna happen is when you build it back, when it starts to build back up, don't take crumbs to sell out your community. It ain't a price on the future of your people. Okay, it ain't. But that's what it looks like to me. And I think I'm willing to listen. I believe that this Young Dolph situation really brought them boys out. Okay, it really brought them boys out. Because as I said now, I told you I was having a conversation with somebody today, and they said all of when people send in information to the FBI, they have to look at it. They have branches that is forwarded to, that they have different agents that investigate different things and they look into it. That's why it is important that you don't let nobody make an ass out of you to be sending no fake ass information because you could that's why you commit perjury because you have to make sure that it is truthful to the best of your knowledge. Okay? And they look into that stuff. And sometimes people think that they've gotten away with something, but they haven't. They lay in their weight, okay? They put stuff together. And I think that's what has happened. This right here is proof. So, hey, Young Dolph brought them dogs out. And I ain't mad because it's a darn shame when our community has been afforded a way of making it out, making more money than that they've ever made instead of getting the money and taking care of your family and creating generational wealth. You're sending destruction back to your community. And God ain't pleased about that. God ain't gonna let nothing like that rise up and stay up anyways. Because everything, when you do it like that, you're building your house on sand. And anything that's built on sand can't last. The first wind that comes along gonna blow it down because it was never built on a solid foundation. That's why I always say build what you got on a strong foundation. Don't build it on sand because sand houses are temporary. Take the time and do it right and build a strong, solid foundation. Okay, don't build no house off of nobody else's shoulders. Think you can start climbing to the top by jumping on somebody else's shoulders and pushing them down. Okay, because when you do it like that, you're gonna fall sooner or later, and you're gonna see them same people standing because their foot is on the ground. Okay, their foot is on a solid foundation. Their foot is on the ground. You're gonna see them when you fall, and they're still gonna be standing. You have to reap what you sow. Okay, so hey. Seems like to me the feds is taking the industry down, and I ain't got no issues with it. People need to do things right. And I know that's not popular. Okay. I know people say, why she this, and that. Nah, I believe in people being treated right. I never thought I would live to be in a culture where folks sit up and say, well, I ain't gonna get involved and this and that, um, the worst thing you could be is a snitch. They say is a you're a rat. That's the worst thing that you could be, right? But you don't have an issue with people destroying each other, okay? You don't have an issue with with black men or black women taking each other out. To me, that's the worst thing that you could do to end somebody's life unjustly. That was not a threat to your person. But our community is so twisted. They want to make these young dudes think that the worst thing you could do is be a snitch. Well, I mean, they killed each other. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But you want to slob and run, and when you feel like it's a police officer, that's bad. But black folks killing each other, destroying each other every single day, that's not bad. Well, I just mind my own business. Y'all, listen. Hey, that's another subject right there. But y'all know how passionate I am about that. We gotta we got to get that together. But hey, the feds is taking the industry down, and I think the feds are letting everybody, showing us that can be anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. That's what's going on right now. Anybody, ain't nobody exempt. Not even Jay-Z. Okay, because if you ask me, Puffy had more power than Jay-Z. Puffy been doing this longer. He's been up there longer than Jay-Z, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see who's next. Hey, anybody that's unjustly killing folks and paying for hits because they jealous of people and all of that. These rappers go, just feeling like they need to kill each other. I got issues with that. Okay, I got issues with that, and you have to read what you sow, anyways. But it looks like the boys is outside. Them boys outside and they riding deep. They riding deep and they riding dirty. Okay, they hidden. They riding dirty. They hidden up at anything. Anything moving. Okay. And I ain't got no issues with it. Cause sometimes things have to be torn down to be built back up right. Okay. My grandmother used to say, when I remember my grandma telling this lady that had lost her job, and she lost her job, and she lost the car, and just a lot of stuff was happening to her, and it happened because her husband had left her. And I promise you, I can't make this stuff up, right? And I remember my grandmother telling her when she was sitting talking to my grandmother. I remember my grandma said to her, listen, baby, sometimes the only way back up is down. When you're down, it ain't nowhere else to go but back up. Okay. And hopefully, when this is torn down and people start going back up, they have a different way of thinking. Okay. All this bad energy that has been put out into the atmosphere, for a lot of these young people to see, they thought that it was okay to just go kill any and everybody. Now they're gonna see that if their favorite rapper can get got, then who are they? So this will start making people think differently, okay? But anyways, you guys, I know I got into a whole heap of stuff, as my grandma used to say, a whole heap of things. Okay. But anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Let me finish doing what I was doing, okay? I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you can definitely support the channel via Cash App.